Hello, this video brought to you by Sankran. Visualforce Beyond Basics Series 4. Action Polar is your timer. Most of the time, you you have to take some action, that is, you need to send a request to server after a certain amount of time to check something or to update value. Some few cases. I would like to say an example which would be very interesting. Most of the time I've seen people use this for checking with the server that certain task is completed or not. For example, you fire an asynchronous job, maybe a bad job or a queuable job in the server, and if you want to know the status of the job until it's completed, you normally send a request to server periodically, say 5 seconds in gap, to check whether that job is completed. And when it's completed, you report to the user in the UI that it's completed. Then user can close the window. So this is a very normal very mostly used use case I've seen. And other use cases are like you send a request to server just to update current time or the current zone or something like that, because you see the server and the browser time zone could be different, or in browser there could be some set cookies change and you send the cookies, latest cookies. There could be any number of possibilities. And the one interesting use case is sometimes what happens is the user keeps the Visualforce page open for quite some time, and what you may do is in maybe 15, 20, 30 seconds in interval, you could just fire a request to server so that you normally don't get run out of time session timeout. So that's some use cases. So for this purpose, you need to use actionpoller tag. This is the code. You can see I'm using the actionpoller tag with interval 5 seconds, and action I'm calling a controller function called a timer fired, which will just increment a variable, and I'm running this action polar, which I would call as a timer, until user this variable is less than 10. So after that, after each timer fire, I'm re-rendering a output panel. Let's see the demo. The timer started. After 5 seconds, it's re-rendered this component. So it's 1, then wait for next 5 seconds, 2. So it keeps on going. So this is a simple demo, but you could do multiple things in this interval. You could update this UI, or you could inform the user that something is happening in the server, or some values, some job return failure, or job current status, whatever you like. And the more interesting thing is you don't need to it doesn't need to be a job or something in server. You could even do a call out or do something interesting so that it fetches a very dynamic message in regular interval. Is a very interesting feature. It's just like a timer functionality in standard browser object model. And there are few precautions you need to use, because since it's a very silently running process inside the browser, so you need to be very careful about setting the intervals. Uh, Setting low interval is fine if the logic behind the action method is very minimal. Mostly you should avoid, and it should be like a 5 minute or 10 minute interval, but it depends on the use case. And the other thing is, please avoid doing a very heavy logic in these action methods, like like doing a heavy call out which takes so much response time, and doing a heavy DML operation containing a complex trigger logic. It's better to avoid that. It should be very lightweight. Otherwise, what happens is the user will get a very bad experience. And also the time limit what you have, whatever you have given, for example 5 seconds, it's between your request sent. It really doesn't matter how long it takes in the server. For example, if you send a request now and the request itself takes 5 seconds in the server side to process, then probably you will send another request before completing the previous one. So it could be a heavy load in server. So it's better to avoid that. Thank you. Don't forget to like this video and provide your comments or feedbacks below. If you like this video and want to share with friends, please share them. And if you want to notify about my future videos, please subscribe below. Thank you.